All right, have and have not fans, now get ready for a slew of video. I think slew means many, but yeah, there are going to be a lot of theory videos on the way. Basically, I wanted to do this video in my first set of recordings here because the Benny at the Iron Bone Bar scenes were at the beginning and end of the episode. Now, I didn't even catch this the first time I watched the episode, just because I was more intrigued to know how Benny would escape as opposed to him being held at gunpoint, because the Have and Have Not Facebook page released a clip about 3 o'clock on Tuesday, and it was the only clip released online before the episode aired, because usually we get 2 or 3. And basically it was, Benny tackling the guy and gunshots being fired off in the struggle, and that was it. And yeah, at the beginning of the episode, Benny's just being held at gunpoint. At the end of the episode, he's being held at gunpoint and tackles the guy, and they get in that scuffle, which leads into the next episode, Sugar Mama, next week. But I didn't notice the first time watching because, I knew he was on the phone and saying you killed him and all this stuff. But also this guy starts saying that, Benny, I saw you do it and everything. And Benny's like, no, you didn't. You were in the back and I was standing right here. Because I said that in my, I think, episode review video last week. And also the video I did about will Mitch believe that Benny killed his uncle? That guy, how are you going to assume Benny killed him when you claim you were in the back? Well, I mean, I'm guessing he came in through the back door. I don't know what was going on, but if there was some kind of scuffle going on, because remember earlier in that episode, a couple weeks ago, Jim was making the bar look like there was a fight or a scuffle going on, knocking bottles over and whatnot. Then we have Vinny's body on the floor. So if that guy comes out and sees Vinny dead, you would assume the guy right there did it. However, how could you not hear what was going on if you really were in the back? That's my problem with that. And then there was a bunch of racial profiling there because, this was like an Italian bar. And even when Benny went to borrow the money in the first place, you could tell Vinny was kind of looking down on him because he was black. Then when Mitch went to see Sandy Malone about the whole, has anybody ever returned money without paying the interest back, and pretty much, the black kid. So this guy's literally saying, what, get your phone so you can call your thug friends, and this, basically dancing around the N-word, just literally racially profiling him all in the span of a few seconds. So yeah. Ah, man. But hey, I will give Tyler Perry props for, including that kind of stuff in the episode, because that's stuff that happens today, a person of color in the wrong place at the wrong time kind of situation. But really this video is going into the idea of how is Benny going to get out of this mess? Because another thing I mentioned in my episode review is the cops must not give a damn about that area of Savannah, because the guy, remember at the end of the episode, he says that I've been on the phone with an hour, are the cops close by? So you're telling me that this entire hour, this guy's been shaking his hand with the gun finger at the trigger for an hour, and Benny's just stood there. I mean, honestly, I'm not expecting Benny to do anything, but it's just hard to believe the cops, number one, would take an hour to get there. But I'm guessing because it's on a rough side of town or something along those lines. But the thing is, the Malones are said to own the police. Mama Rose said that after she walked into the restaurant seeing Warlock and his crew dead on the floor. So I'm wondering why the police would take so long to get to a Malone establishment. That's one question I have. But also, and not to mention, the bar hadn't even opened yet, because remember the guy said that the bar didn't open until like 7. But since an hour has passed by, well, I'm guessing it's past opening time, but maybe they haven't had time to put on the signs or anything. I don't know. I'm just making assumptions here. But based on the next episode trailer, we see that Benny's back at home sitting with Hannah. So he's alive and well, but the question is, how does he escape? Does he end up unintentionally killing the guy, like him and this guy get in a scuffle, and the guy with the gun who's shooting off accidentally gets shot himself? That's really the only way I can see Benny getting out of this, because we see later on in the trailer that Hannah is going over to Catherine's house and Jim's there as well, and Catherine says her line that I love so much is like, sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. And then Hannah's like, I don't want to know any devils. It's devils. So I'm guessing that the guy ends up, I mean, all right, let's say if the cops showed up and the guy with him and Ben, or the guy with the gun and Benny are still going at it, and the cops show up, and then Benny gets accused of murder, I think he will most likely be arrested rather than let go free. So maybe Benny gets to this fight, and then the other guy ends up getting shot, you know, because the gun's going off, and then Benny flees the scene. Remember, he got to the bar by borrowing Hannah's car. I believe Hannah's vehicle now is the car that Amanda used to own, but Catherine gave it to Hannah because it was just sitting in the garage collecting dust. And I'm thinking the guy that Benny was fighting ends up dead, so he escapes the scene. And then Hannah goes to Catherine for maybe like help with a lawyer again. I mean, that's pretty much one of the only times that Hannah asked Catherine for anything, legal assistance. And that's when Catherine suggests Veronica, because when it comes to getting off, Veronica is the attorney you want in your corner. But unbeknownst to Hannah, who doesn't even want to have anything to do with Veronica, remember that Veronica and Benny had a falling out when Veronica walked in on Melissa and Benny having sex on her couch in her house. So I doubt that Veronica will be willing to help out Benny in any capacity. Now, remember, several weeks ago, I did the video talking about is Benica done, talking about how I bet Benny's going to need some kind of help, whether it be legal or financial, but Veronica is going to have, is going to want to have nothing to do with him, especially with RK in the picture. So with that being said, do you think that Benny is going to unintentionally kill the guy that's fighting him off right now? I don't know if he's a Malone, the guy that was at the bar. I don't know for sure, but he is well aware of who the Malones are based off the fact that that's the son of the mob. You and your whole family are dead, which is pretty interesting because if you notice that he said that over the phone with the police. So given the fact that the Malones own the police, I'm pretty sure he will be aware of that, because I don't know if he would willingly say that you killed somebody, black guy. Well, I mean, he didn't say it, but I'm just paraphrasing. So you're on the phone with the cops talking down to a black guy, accusing him of murder, and then you willingly say that, or knowingly say that you just killed somebody, part of the mob, so you and your whole family are dead. So literally, yeah, I think he would be, yeah, I'm guessing either he's a Malone. Obviously, he knows who the Malones are. And since the cops are owned by the Malones, he was pretty much dismissive in how he was talking. But one thing's for sure, and I hope this isn't the case. Let's just hope that Justin isn't the cop that goes down to the bar, because you remember before Jeffrey got out of jail, or even before Jeffrey was in jail, Justin was like, at any time the police were called, Justin was there, because remember, he never went home. It was like after Veronica released that video of him and Jeffrey in the room, like he never went home. So thankfully it doesn't look like Justin's going to show up to the bar, because he's too busy pointing a gun at himself and Jeffrey. And not to mention, if Benny does kill this guy, what's going to happen with that? Because the look on this Catherine's face is just like, can you imagine both her and Hannah's sons being cold-blooded murderers? I mean, I would hate for Benny to murder the guy. I hope that's not the case, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you think Benny is going to get out of this mess? I mean, not just the situation of being accused of murder, but I'm more intrigued of how is he going to make it out of this bar scenario, because unlike Wyatt, I doubt he would try to clean up his fingerprints and whatnot from his scuffle with the guy. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I'll talk to you later.